Welcome back to Picturae Studio. I'm now 10 days open. I got everything set up on January 10th, and I've had 2 practice shoots so far. They were great, went well, just from the basics that I know, the little bit of study that I've done on lighting setups and just going about it with my own natural eye and seeing what I can capture, and I think it went pretty well. Take a look at a couple headshots that I took. Those don't look too bad, do they? Just with the basics, backdrops, the wall, one strobe. Tried some fill lights, the ones that I'm using here for this video, but they're not powerful enough. Really, the only hurdle that I came across was post-production. I've gotten pretty good with Photoshop, basics for now, and it turns out that having your own business and working to be your own boss doesn't take away the fact that you have to still cater to clients. Sure, you may not have to cater to some other managers or somebody else's schedule that you have to abide by. You can make your own, but you also have to now abide by your customer, your client. So with Photoshop, you gotta do exactly what they want, because you want to save yourself some time by not having to go back over and over and over again. That'll take up a lot of your time, and especially when you've offered, I'll charge you this fee and I'll edit 4 photos and that'll be it. But when that editing process becomes more than what you bargained for and more than really what that fee covers, then it can get frustrating. Because the client obviously, they want to look a certain way, they want to see themselves a certain way, and that just may not be the case. Hate to tell you, but how you perceive yourself may be not how you really look. So, and I know it's my job to try to get as close to how you see yourself as possible, and I take pride in that. I definitely want to do that. But there's only so much that one can do. And so I had this client, and it was one of my practice shoots, so I wasn't charging a fee or anything, and it was practice for me to just begin working with somebody, a subject, and then a client, and the whole business aspect of it. And I thought I did a pretty damn good job of photoshopping it and making it look pristine and clear and vibrant and alive and all the things you might want. And the client just kept coming back to me with, no, not this, not that, I want a little more of this, I wanted this, and I'm like, well, I did that, I did exactly that, and I don't know if you're just not seeing it, if you're perceiving something differently, what's going on there. So that was kind of frustrating, but at the end of the day, no big deal, I got it done. So now I'm going to show you just some behind the scenes footage of when I was putting everything up, painting the walls, getting everything ready. The studio, this room was a bit of a mess. So enjoy this little 5-minute compilation of videos that I've taken in the past week and a half, 2 weeks of getting Picturae Studio started and up and running. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned. Cheers. All right. Opening up a studio out of my apartment. Got shit everywhere. Still trying to get everything in here, but tonight, some lights, Tonight, finished the paint job. White on 3 walls, and that is like a blue-gray called Rush Hour, according to Bear Paint. Yeah, this is it, huh? Stay tuned. You'll see the ongoing process of opening the studio and starting a business. Yeah. Preparing for shoot number 2 at Picturae Studio, and the other night, my buddy Quincy, who's also a photographer, was over helping me with the first shoot. He accidentally ran off with my hot shoe, which controls the strobe light. So I had to make the trip a little bit downtown to pick that up. The obstacles you come across when beginning a business, huh? Shots, lifestyle, portraits, fashion, self-tape extractors, whatever you need, we'll take care of it for you. Come on through. Yeah, Tech's getting it. Yeah, looks pretty good. I need some actual faces though, so come through, hit up Picturae Studio. What's up here in Picturae Studio? Got my man Tech's ready to pose. My strobe light set up with the softbox on there to diminish the exposure, flatten it out a little bit, make it soft. Got my 2 lights right here to mount the light, take care of the shadows. Let's see what happens. All right, so I was having crazy difficulties last night, frustrations with the exposure of my strobe. You know, I was shooting with the beauty dish on it. First time I've ever shot with a strobe, you know, so it was extremely exposed, very hot on my subject Tex here, and I just wasn't sure with the upcoming practice shoots that I have this weekend whether or not I'd actually be able to deliver a product. Threw on the softbox. Obviously that's going to cut the exposure down and soften the light, make it nice, even and flat, which it has. It's done that. But my only problem is when I raise the shutter speed to 1/250 or even 1/400th of a second, my shutter literally cuts the light off. So the top half of the screen of the shot is, you know, exposed, and the other half is in black. So that's frustrating, but take it back down to 1/125th of a second and raise the aperture to like f2.5 or f2.8, and yeah, it does the job. I prefer it to be around f1.8 or so, but as long as I can keep the ISO at 100 for a crisp, clean photo. So let's take a couple. You can see exposure's not terrible. It's a little bright, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the shine from the foam roller. It might come out actually looking pretty good on a face. All right, so the strobe that I have is, I mean, it's powerful, but it's way overexposed. I gotta figure it out. I tried it with a couple different umbrella setups, still very hot. Like my guy Tex right here. Very hot, aren't you? Good looking. Some lights, random chair. Oh, my room. And so I got this tripod. This will hold the I think the strobes. Man, I have so much shit to go through. But, you know, just bought what I thought I might need, what I do need, and I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna set it up right now, see what it looks like, and yeah, I'm excited. Should look good. Anyway, here's a bit of a setup. I gotta get a better backdrop, seamless, but this will do for now. Text, you demand. Self-tape area. It's gonna be great for actors. This softbox is so difficult to put together. I don't know why. It won't, yeah, it just won't connect to this thingy, man. Come on. The quick release there.